All right. I'm hoping that you can see me. Hopefully, you can hear me, because apparently you can't see me. Um, wow. This is interesting. Okay. You can't see me, but you can hear me. Yeah, and as some of you might have figured out, I am not Jeff. Thank you very much, Holly. Um, Appreciate that. Um, all right. Well, big, huge sigh. I have no idea why you can't see me, but you can hear me. So that is all that we need. You can't see my super cool Patagonia, Arizona shirt. I guess this is maybe the slider. No, that's not. That's not what I think it is. I don't think the camera is actually being covered. Um, so, all right. Well, I started 1 minute early, so it's just 8 o'clock right now. We'll just take a second. Okay. All right. No, that did not work. Thank you again, Holly. We appreciate the super thanks. We'll go to the channel. We appreciate that. So yeah, as Rose just pointed out, I am Andrew, and this is the nothingness of the Do Nothing Project on Sunday. Thank you very much for being here on your Sunday. So if you could see me, I would be in reverse. I was researching whether or not I could flip the the video orientation so that the video wouldn't be in reverse. As Ruth will point out, and everyone will see, that doesn't, like, it switches it for some reason, and Fred and I diligently switch it back when we get the thumbnail in place. But technical difficulties are sort of our bread and butter here at the Do Nothing Project. So this is a good point for me to remind you to keep your expectations very low. So Jeff is near Victoria in the Campbell River, which I believe is in beautiful British Columbia. So the Warren family is out there. Jeff thought that they would have a signal, and they don't. So that has led to me filling in. I want to thank Fred for helping out in chat, making this possible. If I didn't have Fred in chat, it would be significantly more difficult endeavor. So thank you for that. Yeah, Susie, there was a super chat at the beginning. That's a little way to contribute to the overall channel. So you'll see there's like a little $ in chat. Yeah, so we really appreciate generosity around that. So if you have no idea who this disembodied voice is that is coming to you, my name is Andrew. I usually am in the chat. I'm a certified mindfulness meditation coach, but by trade and training, a software engineer. Most times I host a live stream meditation on Wednesdays, but this week I completely forgot. So thank you to everyone who sent messages to ask if everything was okay. I was traveling for the 4th of July and completely did not remember what date it was and what time it was. And so it definitely was not my intent. But I'm glad to fill in today for Jeff. And then to give you an idea of what to expect, technical difficulties would be one of the things to expect. I have no idea what happened with this. Maybe I'll know more in the future. But we'll have 25 minutes for our sit, light guidance. I'll give you a little bit of framing around that for what the theme will be. usually have some sort of theme on these days, on Sundays. And then the last 5 minutes will be a friendliness practice, or sometimes we could refer to that as a loving kindness practice. And that really is a way for us to cap off our 25 minutes together with stoking some warmth and friendliness around the practice. I think it's a great way to end a sit after we've had some time for the mind to stabilize and settle in. And sometimes the mind doesn't stabilize and settle in, so the friendliness is perfect. Oh wow, thank you very much, Susie and Stephen. Appreciate that. There's your answer to what is a super thanks, or maybe it's a super chat or a super thanks. I don't know if I'm using my terminology correctly here for YouTube, but it's a super something. So super thank you for that. So that's where we're headed. So my theme for tonight is maybe fitting for the technical difficulties, and that's acknowledge and accept. And really what I've been dropping into my short sits, I've been in a situation where I think hopefully you've heard other coaches and meditation folks say this, but I'm in one of those spots where my meditation frequency has gotten intermittent, and I'm trying to start back at a foundation level and start back small. So I'm not trying to push myself to sort of meditate for like 35 minutes or sort of try to fix all of my meditation gaps in sort of one meditation. Building back from starting on at 5 minutes and then doing frequency over duration. So just going for as frequent as I can be. And in doing that, oh wow, everyone is gone. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Okay, so thank you, Gabrielle and Lisa as well. As Fred points out, summer activities have a way of sort of throwing in some new challenges for practice, and so that happens. And so in my 5 minute sits, I'm really been dropping this notion of okay and sure. So like something's happening, okay, and then sure is my real neutral way of beginning the process of sort of opening up. Oh, thank you, Christiana. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. This is a do nothing project record for super thanks. So just that notion of okay, you can say okay in a very neutral way of like accepting. So you might have things in the mind might not be the way you'd like them. Your body may be uncomfortable. You may feel really antsy, and okay is a real solid acknowledgement. I feel a little bit like my body knows that I've seen whatever's going on. And then sure is my way of trying to begin the process of going from a contracted state to more of an expansive state, or just at the very least not contracted. So yeah, as Rod points out, that's the meditation muscle. So yes, Stephen, there's no video. I do not know what happens. So there is no video, but hopefully the audio will be sufficient. So you won't get to see when I'm about to ring the bell and all that other sort of fun stuff. But thankfully audio is working. I've got 25 minutes on the clock. I'd show you, but we don't have any video. So, and then we'll have some time for questions or reports or any of those sort of things at the end. And let's begin. I'll try to give you a little bit of a cue when I'm going to ring the bell. And a great point. We can imagine that YouTube has become radio for just the next 25 minutes. So as we start our sit, I'm going to focus on the seated posture, either seated in a chair, on a cushion, or a bench. You could be standing or lying down or walking. If you have your own practice, you're of course welcome to do that practice, and you're here for the community. Thank you for being here. And really, as we establish the posture, we're just looking for upright without being uptight. So not making a big deal out of it. Sitting in a way that supports the body. And then beginning with taking a bit of the internal weather. So what is the mind like right now? It's almost like kind of the first opportunity for our acceptance. First opportunity to say, oh, okay. So maybe we're feeling a bit chatty. There's a lot of internal talk. Okay. Maybe there's a little bit of sluggishness. Okay. So just that first opportunity. Just acknowledging whatever's here and being okay with that. We're not chasing it away with a broom or shaming it, just acknowledging. And then just checking to see if there's any tension in the body. You'll know where you hold your tension better than I will, but I like to check around the neck, the jaw, the eyes, making sure the shoulders are down. And then a few deliberate breaths. Slow and low is the tempo that we're going for. Breathing in through the nose helps us to slow that breath down and sink low into the belly. As that inhale turns around and becomes the exhale, seeing if we can extend it, maybe even accentuate it. In general, we're not controlling or manipulating the breath, but here we're just guiding the breath a bit and letting the breath be back to natural. And really marking this point here as a bit of a waypoint. So if the guidance gets too out there, you can always come back to this spot. You can think of it as it's our sort of mental muster point. So if anything feels like it's not quite right, you can come back to this spot. Just sitting and knowing that you're sitting is really the most simple attention practice. And our technique isn't going to be much far from this waypoint. Really, it's a matter of allowing ourselves to really sit with no agenda. And then being attentive to whatever comes up. So if there's an itch, really just okay, we're acknowledging it. You can imagine the itch is asking if it's okay to be here, and your response is sure. We don't want the itch to overstay its welcome, but just seeing if we can begin to go from contracted state to expansive state. And you might notice your thinking is sort of collapsing down around the instruction and How do I even know how to do this right? Okay. Maybe a nod to the fact that you can trust that you know exactly what to do. It gives you a bit of the sure vibe. Just beginning the opening. Less contracted, more open. So I'll let you play around with that on your own, explore. As things arise, acknowledge, okay. And then seeing if you can accept with a sure. And so if the instructions are a little unclear, we can think of this as being really close to the see, hear, feel technique for unified mindfulness. So we're in essence saying our focus range is everything. And wherever our attention lands, wherever we're concentrating, we're acknowledging that with an okay, very similar to our noting practice. And the twist is seeing if we can just offer a bit of acceptance. And that's the sure. The sure is optional. So just okay is enough. Just the acknowledging. So hopefully that, if the instructions were a little not quite where you wanted them, hopefully that helps. I'll let you continue to explore. our time remaining, shifting into our friendliness or loving kindness practice. Seeing if we can lean a little bit more into that acceptance theme. So seeing if you can bring to mind somebody that maybe is a neutral person, who maybe you noticed recently, who maybe didn't seem to feel comfortable where they were, and just offering the phrases. Your phrases can be customized, but I'll give you some suggestions. Maybe something as simple as bringing that person's mental image to mind and offering, "I see you. You're welcome here. Thank you for being here." Maybe bringing another person to mind. Really just in acknowledging their presence, offering them the gift of feeling seen. "I see you. You're welcome here. Thank you for being here." I didn't see if there's anyone new in the chat, but just offering anyone who's here for the first time and used to seeing video, "I see you. You're welcome here. Thank you for being here." You're always welcome to use the classical phrases, bringing someone to mind. "May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at ease." You can always use the go-to. And if you were at a party for Canada Day or Independence Day, bringing to mind anybody that you didn't know, offering them a slightly belated, "I see you. You're welcome here. Thank you for being here." And out and about in your day, maybe someone rang you up at the store. "I see you. Thank you." Maybe in traffic, "I see you. And you're welcome here. Thank you." And then expanding for the whole group. Everyone here, far and wide, that we can get to and reach, even with the video out. Thank you. You're welcome here. I see you. And then finally, for ourselves, acknowledging the time and effort that you put into this practice. I see you. I'm welcome here. Thank you. repeat the phrases, fast or slow. And then gathering everyone that has come to mind together. Like one big spaghetti dinner in a church. I see you. You are welcome here. Thank you all for being here. And I will invite the bell to signal the end of our sit. Thank you for putting up with our technical difficulties. Finish with a dedication of merit, any merit that is generated by our time together. May our practice be for the benefit of all beings. Yeah, so you are very welcome, Randy. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay. Yes, Bonnie. If you like the TikTok of the clock, you can go to, Fred's going to post some links. You can go to youtube.com/ and the @ Andrew Lenards. There's a wabi sabi clock video that's just the clock, not even me. So yes, Olivia, we could call this one Fade to Black. I think there's been multiple Fade to Blacks on the Do Nothing project for the channel. So yeah, and then for the CEC this week, our often guest host Tasha Schumann, and also co-host of the Mindbot Adventure Pod is your guide on Monday. And then Home Base with Jeff was recorded live at Jeff's Hollyhock retreat, and so so that's there as well. And then Wednesdays, usually, happy birthday to Chris. Wednesdays usually we'll have a sit for my on my channel, and that's youtube.com/ @Andrew Lenards, and that is at 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Central. And then hopefully I can remember everyone: Christiana, Susie, Holly, Gabrielle, and Steven. Thank you for the super thanks. That was incredibly unexpected, and very much appreciate that. So yeah, so if you have time, I'd love to see you on Wednesday. And then next Sunday, Jeff should be back. I believe the Warren family will be back in the 6th, back from their vacation to Western Canada. So yeah, so thank you, everyone. Hopefully I will have figured out the video by the next time. Thank you so much, Fred. Again, this would be incredibly difficult without Fred, so really appreciate that. I'm glad, Paul, that you like the spaghetti dinner. That's to me, like, spaghetti dinner is that's like, if you gave me an image of what is acceptance, it's a big welcoming spaghetti dinner. So have an excellent, well, if you're in Australia, happy Monday. And then for everyone in North America, may your Monday be as spectacular as it can be, and if not, well caffeinated. Thank you.